Good morning, everyone. The article which I decided to research upon was Technology Integration in Secondary Mathematics Classroom Effect on Students' Understanding. The main purpose of this article was to examine the impact of the technology integration in mathematics classroom, and the questions they focused on were students' perceptions on the use of technology and how does it affect to their engagement. This was basically a research which they did, and the specific technologies which were used in the classroom were graphic calculators, geometry software, and interactive whiteboards. So what the findings of these research in case of calculators were, the students who were using these calculators more were showing more positive attitudes in their mathematics learning. They had deeper conceptual understanding on the topics they were studying, and the teachers felt that the use led to more student-centered dynamic and increased discussion and cooperative learning in the classrooms. But the one more thing which was there, that the teachers also identified a need for increased preparation time and critical need for further professional development and support. In my case, in the classroom, I can certainly see that students are very motivated and shows a lot of confidence when they have calculators with them, rather than on the other side of the case. But in senior classes, for example, grade 12 calculus or pre-calculus, or even the graphing calculators, for that, teachers need to have more training. For that, they need to spend more time. They need more professional development so that they can use those calculators professionally in the classrooms and show the students how to use them without any inhibitions. The second thing which was researched upon was interactive whiteboards. This provides opportunity for instructional interactivity between the class. So when the teachers were using these whiteboards in the class, the students practiced their new learning strategy as a whole class, when the whole class was participating, and they were not as active when the groups or the individual students were working on their stuff. The interactivity afforded by these whiteboards was not enough to encourage the individual student learning, but it was the two teacher who was moved towards greater interactivity. The whole thing was based on the teacher, how she's using the whiteboard in the class, how she's creating the lessons and giving the opportunities for the students for a whole class discussion. It was not left on just the students to discuss in the individual groups or maybe with a partner. And the third thing which was discussed or the research upon was dynamic geometric software, in which engages the students to explore the mathematics. Basically, so when the students were using these geometric softwares, they were very excited to control or gain the power of their learning, because now they can find the conjecturing, the geometry was involved, and then they can construct the proofs based on that. But the teacher was concerned that many of the students may rush through the activities and would not retain the knowledge. But the students did achieve a higher degree of understanding of the topic through software only when the teacher's instructions and the activities she planned were student-centered, and also when the students had enough time to explore the software and play with the software and work with it. Next thing is the conclusion of the article. So technology did instigate increased student achievement, participation, and they were able to see the connections between the mathematics studies and the real world. These benefits might not come without a price for teachers, and that's my main point of this research or of this article, that the teachers who have to adopt a more constructivist, student-centered approach in order to see the students fully gain these benefits. Teachers need to spend more time learning the new technology, planning and assessing the work, and understand how the technology used is more important than its use in and of itself. So basically, so in my opinion, my analysis of this, or which I see in my regular classrooms, is definitely increase the engagement. The technology makes the lesson interesting and fun for most of the students and also increases their motivation. But as a teacher, I must plan the use of technology very carefully in order to fully reap these benefits. Activities should be student centered, it should provide real world connections, and they have enough time to complete the activities and not rush through in order for the students to have cognitive learning. Technology should be used well to make the teaching effective. So what in my classroom also, when we use a Desmos, I spend couple of hours taking the training for Desmos so that I can help my students when they were using that software to actually understand what's going on behind, how the equations are changing, why the equations, when they're changing, the lines are changing. So I completely agree with this article. Technology alone cannot do anything, cannot increase student motivation or engagement. But when the teacher plans the lessons with the help of a technology, which are student centered and provide real connections, it makes the teaching and learning more effective. Thank you.